All right, I said earlier today we were going to also need to go over and cover different types of fasteners. So if you take a look here at this pile, this came out of my can that I have that I collect all sorts of stray fasteners because sometimes you never know what type of fastener you're going to need, and it's always nice to have some to pick through. But you'll notice we got all sorts of different types of fasteners. We got, as you look through here, if we just kind of spread this out, of course there's some other stuff that's not really fasteners mixed in here, but we've got nails that we can use, different size nails. So we've got all sorts of different types of screws. So let's just separate some of these different types of screws out. So, and then of course we got bolts. Most of this is probably stuff that you guys know about, but how do you select what's the difference between all of these, and why would you use one versus the other, and how do you determine what's the right one to pick for your project? And that's what we need to kind of know, whether it's a outdoor project or something that we are building a house on, or whether it's a indoor type of project or a piece of fine furniture. We kind of have to know what the difference is between our screws, so, and our bolts and our nails, and when to use each one. So that's kind of what we're going to go on and cover here, so that you get to know a little bit about making the correct selection for the type of fastener that you need. Now, if you notice, so come on in here and kind of zoom in closer and see, the thing that you kind of observe at first is you've got all sorts of different sizes in there. Now, we talk about size on any type of the fastener, but when we really mean we've got sizes in terms of the diameter of the shaft of the screw or the shank. So there's different diameters, and then of course we can also refer to the size of the length. And of course even nails are kind of associated with some type of a size, both to the size of the diameter of it and the size of the length. And so we've got to know a little bit about that. There are different heads. So we got different types of heads on a nail. We got different types of heads on screws. So as you notice, the different types of heads with screws as well. So, and even on our bolts, when we start to get into bolts, there are different types of heads on bolts as well. And all of these play and come into play with type of selection and how you want to have things go together and be connected, and whether it's going to be indoors or outdoors. So we're going to cover a lot. I'm going to go through a few things with what we need, and we're going to talk about some of the selection of our fasteners in regard to the Leopold bench and what we want to pay attention to.